Hello everybody, I am Sammy Fitzy the Dragon Team here today, and today is March 25th, 2015. For those who are wondering why is this date any at all significant, it's because this marks the 2-year anniversary of my YouTube channel. As you probably saw by the uh, thingy, the words, by the title of the video that it most presumably probably did. I don't know. But yeah, it's my 2-year anniversary, and shortly I'll reach my 150 subscriber count. And when that happens, I'll be giving away several Pokemon TCG online codes of Primal Clash and some codes that I got from the tins to the the Kyogre and the Groudon EX codes. I'll be giving those out shortly as well. But that's whenever I hit 150, whenever that is. It could be, I don't know, for all I know, I could never get a single subscriber again. Or for all I don't know. But once I reach that, that will happen. But here comes the main reason why I'm doing this video, and probably the main reason why you guys even clicked this video, for those who have never watched any of my stuff before. So yeah, this is my 2-year special. And it's about my top 10 favorite Pokemon. A lot of people have asked me over the years what is my favorite Pokemon, and most people would assume it's Dragon type, and maybe that is true. But right now, you guys can find out what is my favorite my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time, generations 1 through 6. For those who are watching, maybe a few years later when there's another generation or two out. So without further ado, without further mumbling, let's get right into it. Number 10. Tyrantrum. Now you guys are wondering, why is... No, you guys probably aren't wondering. Tyrantrum, just look at Tyrantrum. He just looks so awesome. He's obviously a dinosaur, like a T-Rex too, but like, or Tyrannosaurus Rex, for those who don't like shortening words. But yeah, he unfortunately is the only Pokemon from Generation 6 on this list that is not a Mega. So you guys will be seeing several Megas on this list probably. And yeah, it's a Dragon type, so of course the Dragon type, to start off this list, me being the Dragon Tamer, I of course have to have a Tyrantrum, like a Dragon type, just starting the list. And biggest reason why Tyrantrum's on the list is he just looks so awesome. He just looks like a thing. I just like his design. And my playthrough of Pokemon X and Y, you know, he was a pivotal part of my team. I didn't give him a nickname, because I usually don't give Pokemon nicknames. But he just, you know, he was a tank. He did so much for me, you know. I love dragons. I usually like to have a dragon on my team, and like he was a dragon that was on my team, just because he just looks so awesome. He just, man, he just looks like a champ and looks like a tank. And just imagine going into battle, going into a war, going into something, riding on the back of one of these things, and you just come at me, bitches! That's a dream of mine, just like right into battle on Tyrantrum. I know it's a silly dream, but it's my dream, damn it. So don't judge me. Number 9. Breloom. Now, it's a Pokemon that, at first glance, to some people, a lot of people, it just kind of looks kind of, I don't know, boring. Nah. But to me, I really do like the design of Breloom. I can always imagine in my head, like, Breloom just kind of tipping his head thing, his mushroom thing, just kind of slightly over his eyes and getting ready for battle, like some kind of samurai war, like Samurai Jack did back in the day. Seriously, he just looks kind of awesome. He just looks like a wandering fighting warrior, ready to like fight any Pokemon that gets in his way. You know, I just like a Machamp. I just imagine just going bullet punch up your face. Just like I just like him a lot. I mean, he's from Generation 3. He was my whenever I was not playing, whenever I chose not to use Sceptile, I would always like have this guy. My first playthrough was actually with a Torchic, I believe, and I got a Shroomish just for the heck of it, I guess, more or less. And I caught this Breloom, and it evolved. And the Shroomish evolved into Breloom in like This thing is gonna stay on my team. And then I said that until Tropius came along, but then I put Tropius off the team once I realized it didn't evolve, and then put because Breloom just he's such a I don't know, I just like his design so much. But that's just me, I think. Number 8 is Sharpedo. Sharpedo is when I was younger, I was like, when this game first came out, about 10 years ago. First started playing it 10 years ago. I'm 20 now. I was like 9. Yeah, I was 9 or 10 when I was playing these games, 9 and 10, and I was really big into sharks around that age, and really just into dinosaurs in general, which is another reason why Breloom is number 9, because I just like Breloom so much. And at that time, when Generation 3 first came out, up until Generation 3, meaning Generations 1 and 2, my favorite type was the water type. So I just loved the ocean so much. And then Sharpedo came around, and just I was kind of at the edge where, like, what's my favorite type? Dark or water, and then Sharpedo was just kind of, for a while there, Sharpedo was actually my favorite Pokemon. I mean, not for a long while, but for like a short while, Sharpedo was my favorite Pokemon because I was so into sharks, and Sharpedo just was my favorite of both, was a dual type of both my favorite types. Wait, Sharpedo's a shark and he's a dark and water type? Holy cool, holy moly, that's awesome! And that's kind of how Sharpedo just became my favorite for such a long time. And for a while, Sharpedo was still one of my favorite top 5 lists, but it kind of just floated out of it after a while, because it just meant less and less to me, you know, as time went on, unfortunately. And another thing that kind of put it even lower on this list is, honestly, Mega Sharpedo. I don't like, because of my webcam, because of how it works, it even looks weirder to you guys, but, like, I don't like it, the design at all. I like the stripe things, I don't like the gigantic nose. It's like, wow, grandmother, such big nose you have. Oh, better to sniff with, my dear. I like the spikes, and I like the yellow lines, and I like that stuff. It looks pretty cool. Makes them look, well, cooler. But, you know, I don't know. I just don't like the whole entire big snout thing. It just makes it less cool to me. But some people, I think, still like it. But that's just my opinion. I don't like it anymore as much as I used to. It's still high on the list, but not as much as it used to be. And that's why it's number 8. Number 7, Flygon. And again, another dragon type. Of course, the dragon tamer is going to have several dragons on his list. That's top 10 favorite Pokemon list. And Flygon being up here should be no surprise to a lot of people, especially those who actively watch my YouTube channel. I showcase Flygon on Mad Dragon Wednesday or Tuesday. Well, it was Tuesday, but now it's Wednesday, so but anyway, Flygon I've showed several times on my channel, and I love Flygon so much. I like his design. A lot of dragons, I feel like, up until to me, my opinions of dragons were just kind of big, scary things. You know, just big things of badassery. Just kind of, tear everything down. And that's why I like that's why Dragonite was actually for a while one of my favorite Pokemon, because it just had a very friendly appeal to it, at the same time being majestic and tough looking at the same time. And to me, Flygon is majestic, but not so much tough looking. He has a bit of a to me has a bit of a dorky kind of nerdy feel to him, and that's why I liked it so much when I was young, because he kind of looked like the dork among the dragons, and like the nerdy dragon amongst them all, and like, wow. And I could really relate to that, you know. To me, having him have more of a dorky, more nerdy-ish design, I very much enjoyed that. I very much liked that. And I was a fan of it for so long, and I still am. Ever since Flygon first came out, I've always loved its design. I always loved Flygon in general. And that is why I am irritated that there is no Mega Evolution for it. But that's why it's at this position. Actually, this would, even if Megas weren't a thing, it'd still be at this position probably, because you know, because like as you guys seen, that Mega Evolution kind of made one of my favorite Pokemon, not so much my favorite, and it's the same way as a entry later on the list. It makes me like a Pokemon not so much as I used to. And that's the next entry that we're going to go talk about. But that's why Flygon's here on the list, because it's neutral. It's this is number 7. So yeah. So and number 6, we have Garchomp. Yep, this is the next entry on the list. But we're going to talk about a little bit before we get to the Mega Evolution. But to me, Garchomp, he is awesome in so many ways. He just looks, as I said before, I like sharks, and I like dragons as well. And Garchomp for me pretty much solidified my love for dragons, in my opinion. It pretty much made dragons, for me at least, one of definitely put it over the top and made it one of my favorite types, if not the, because I said I like dark and water a lot, but like around later of Gen 3 is starting to like dragons more and more. And Garchomp pretty much made it so it's among the top 3. I did not decide whether or not it was number 1 just yet, but I did like Garchomp's design a lot. And it's sad that Garchomp was the only dragon in Dragon's evolution line Garchomp's evolution line was the only dragon in Gen 4. But, to me, Garchomp is still pretty cool. And also, I want to point out that Garchomp is the only real thing in Generation 4 that I pretty much liked, actually. I didn't like Team Galactic that much. I didn't like the Pokemon. I didn't like most Pokemon designs. I didn't like the Sinnoh map design. I didn't like most of the Elite Four. I didn't really, just to me, Generation 4 just kind of roll my eyes when I think about it. Same thing with Generation 5. The only thing that I actually liked about Generation 4 was Garchomp and Cynthia. Cynthia, to me, is my favorite champion of all time, and probably the best, because how badass she is. And her Garchomp just makes her look all the more badass, and Garchomp's pretty cool too. Another reason why Garchomp's on this list is because Garchomp was actually my first competitive Pokemon deck. The deck revolved around Garchomp and Altaria. And while it's not winning anything, it was one of the things that kept me into the card game. And I actually first started playing the card game around when Dragons Exalted first came out, like a month or 2 before. And when I saw Garchomp and I got the card in my hand, I was like, oh, I want to build a deck with this. And I decided to build a deck with it. And ever since then, I've been calling myself the Dragon Tamer, to the point where it's pretty much stuck, and most people who know me still call me the Dragon Tamer. And I love Garchomp so much. Unfortunately, it's actually lower on this list than I would like it to be. But I should probably put it 3 or 4, but if weren't the fact of, because this is number 6, this monstrosity is what makes it number 6. I don't like Mega Garchomp. To me, it just kind of same thing. It's pretty much the same thing what I said about Sharpedo. I just don't like the design. To me, it just kind of, I don't like the chin. It just makes it look more bulky, makes it look more like, I don't know, more of a dumb jock, I guess. Just, I will eat you alive. Sure you will. I don't like the design of Mega Garchomp. Maybe it will grow on me, but I just don't like it too much. And now on to the top 5. Sorry if this is taking for a while. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Number 5, Sceptile. Sceptile. It was my the Gen 3 games were not my first games. I actually did play Fire Red, but I don't remember too much of them. My most fondest memories actually come from Generation 3 games. Fire Red, Leaf Green, and especially Alpha Sapphire. That's actually the version of the game that I bought. I bought Alpha Sapphire because it had Team Aqua in it, and I was still very big into water at the time. And I chose Treecko not just because, grass is another favorite type of mine, but also because I just, it was like a gecko, and I'm like, ooh, cool, gecko. So I didn't choose it right away. I chose Torchic, and then halfway through the game I restarted because I saw in the anime how badass Grovyle was. It's like, I want a Grovyle. And I restarted the game, and when I got Sceptile before Ash had his Sceptile, it's like, oh my god, Sceptile's a badass. He just looks so cool. It's like, ah. To me, Sceptile is definitely my favorite plop. Definitely, by far and beyond, my favorite starter. And, you know, just so awesome. So when the remake came out, like, I heard there's going to be Megas, and I saw the Mega design, I was like, oh my god, it looks even more awesomer. If that's even the thing. I'm like, oh wow, just Mega Sceptile, he just looks so cool. He's actually one of the Megas that honestly I do like a lot. That almost improved, that actually did improve it for me. Because number one, not only does Sceptile look like a freaking badass Mega Sceptile, but it's also a dragon. Seriously, I did not plan that. When the Mega evolves, it's a grass and a dragon type. And I did not know that until it Mega evolved. And then I was like looking at the info. I was like, wait, dragon and grass type? Holy shit. It's like, oh, I fell in love more with Sceptile than there, which is why Sceptile is number 5. I kind of want to put Sceptile a little higher on the list, but, you know, I kind of can't because the rest of the Pokemon on this list are a very solid position and I can't really change it no matter how much I want to. So, without further ado, let's go on to number 4. Oh, that's the wrong picture. It is Gardevoir, just not the right. Where is the right picture? Ah, there it is. That's the right picture. Gardevoir, or AKA the waifu of the Pokemon world. Gardevoir's not on the list for any perverted reasons. Trust me. Okay, maybe some, but anyway, Gardevoir's on this list because of how much emotional support this Pokemon gave to me. Actually, when I first started playing the game, on my 3rd playthrough, I believe, so I played through this game a lot, justifiably so, because just how much I love the game. And this playthrough meant a lot more to me because I was very slow and methodical with this playthrough, and it took me a year to finish it, and I did that very slowly, and also because it was granted a lot, because I was going through a tough time, and I was bullied a lot, and I would lash out angrily, and just, you know, the saying where they never see the person who starts, they always see the person who reacts. That's always felt true to me. I would never, like, my bullies would never get in trouble, but I always did. They would say something and I would act out, and I would always get in trouble for acting out. And I just felt so angry, just so much angst against the world. I was going through a tough time, and I read Gardevoir's Pokédex, and it's so fiercely loyal to its trainer that it creates black holes. And I just saw that, you know, I was 11, 12 at the time. I was a little older when I played my 3rd, I think it was my 3rd playthrough, and I was just, you know, I just felt some kind of emotional connection to Gardevoir. And now that I look back at it, I think since my Gardevoir was a female, which was unintended, I felt like I might have had like some weird little crush on my Pokemon at the time. Now you're probably going, whoa, leaving, I'm out. And but hear me out here. I was a 12-year-old kid just starting to go through puberty. I was going through a tough time. I was living with my dad's house when I was previously with my mom's house. Huge custody battle there. And I was having tons of bullies on me. Not to mention, I also have Asperger's, and going through puberty when you have Asperger's is not the most funnest thing in the world, especially when you're yeah. So yeah, you know, to me I felt like I had no real friends in the real world, so I just kind of saw Gardevoir as a little escape, and maybe that's a little unhealthy, yeah, sure, but I felt emotional connection to it. Plus, Gardevoir just saved my team way too much. I relied way too much on play through the game on Gardevoir. And, you know, even though I don't feel that way about Gardevoir anymore, you know, I still have a bit soft part of my heart for Gardevoir. Whenever I see Gardevoir, I'm like, yeah, Gardevoir. they're my waifu. Of course, they say that jokingly. And speaking of waifus, here's the Mega Evolution that everyone nicknames the Mega Waifu for obvious reasons. I just like Gardevoir a lot, you know. I just like her design. I just like Mega Gardevoir in general. I like the funny stories behind it. I like all the fan fiction about it. Well, the non-perverted kind. Not into that. And I just felt Gardevoir was just very emotional to me, you know. And there's so many levels. It just helped me so much. And yeah, it may sound a little weird, but to me, Gardevoir was the Pokemon that helped me the most and get through a tough time. And speaking of Pokemon that got me through a tough time, you'll see a lot of this part of the list. Absol, number 3. I think people are not too surprised Absol is going to be on my list because of how cool he is, and the fact that he is my avatar for a Pokemon. And just look at him. He just looks like a badass, you know? He just with his like sword thing and just kind of he warns people if he's like warns people of disasters and stuff like that. And because he does do that, and like whenever someone sees an Absol, it means a disaster comes. People start freaking out and falsely accuse the Absol, and I felt like connection to that. I felt sympathy for that, you know. I always felt misunderstood as a child and as a preteen, and I felt like I connected so much on an emotional scale with Absol. And I just thought Absol just looked so cool at the same time, which is why he's higher than Gardevoir. It's purely the reason why he's higher than Gardevoir. Because while he did promote emotional support, he's a badass. You just look at him. He's just a pure, unadulterated looking badass, but at the same time has a stoic look to him, kind of like Breloom has. You know, that's why Absol is so high on this list. And of course, having a really sweet Mega Evolution doesn't hurt either. And he has wings. His sword looks actually looks a little weird, but you know, I just think Absol just looks even cooler now. Like, kind of the stoic, but at the same time, he's very beautiful at the same time, you know. I always did like more pretty, more beautiful Pokemon at the same time, badass Pokemon. You know, which is why I always like Gardevoir, because she just had a beautiful, elegant touch to her that I so much enjoyed and fancied a little bit, I guess, when I was younger. And Absol was just looking cool himself. He just, to me, like, he would be my, if I had a Pokemon dog, he would be my Pokemon dog, because he kind of does, look like a dog, I guess. And Absol just looks so cool. Now you're probably wondering, where are the dragons? Here's the dragon! And this is the highest rated dragon that's going to be on the list. I mean, number 1 is not a dragon. So, this is my favorite dragon. Now, some of you are going, wait, the Dragon Tamer's favorite dragon is a dragon that a lot of people think is not a dragon? That it shouldn't be a dragon? You know? Yeah, I guess. This is my favorite my second favorite Pokemon. This is my list. Don't judge me. Why is Altaria higher than all the other dragons I put on this list? Well, kind of like 3 and 4 were emotional thing, you know, emotional thing, I guess. Altaria is high on this list because, you know, if it senses its trainer's distress, it wraps its feathery wings around it and hums softly. And I would always imagine as a child having Gardevoir wrap its fluffy wings around me, just hum softly into my ear, just make me go to sleep like that. And Altaria just looks, you know, up until this point, I always thought that dragons were just kind of big, bulky badasses, and just nothing more than that. And Altaria, a dragon, is certainly different from the average dragon, you know. It just looks, it's not as badass looking as some of the other dragons, but it's very, has very light feel to it. Well, it's not flying, but has a very fluffy feel to it, very friendly and a very open feel, but at the same time very fierce feel. You know, because when you back an area in a corner, it will wreck shit. As I've learned through several of my playthroughs with Altaria, Altaria will wreck shit. Trust me, Altaria is a badass in its own way. Oh. And Altaria used to be my number 3 favorite Pokemon going into Gen 6, before pre-Gen 6. But Mega Gardevoir, not Mega Gardevoir, I keep on saying Gardevoir, Mega Altaria definitely wanted me to put it number 2. Because, well, Mega Absol is really cool. Well, just look at it! It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! I wanna hug it and just cuddle it and just... Seriously, my goal in life, even though it'll never happen, is to hug an Altaria. Now, it makes my goal, make me want to have that goal that much more, because Mega Altaria just looks so fucking fluffy. Sorry for cursing, and sorry for swearing throughout this whole entire list, but just Mega Altaria, damn. Just damn. Jesus, looks, oh my god, it looks so fluffy. I mean, I have nothing more else to say than that. I really don't. So, what is my number 1 favorite Pokemon? Is it a dragon? Is it something badass looking? Is it something an emotional feeling to it? To me, yes. To other people, no. It's probably like the last Pokemon some people would think. Like, oh, it's that Dragon Tamer. His number 1 favorite Pokemon has to be a dragon. It's not a dragon. It's not a badass by most people's standards. But before that, I want to go through some honorable mentions. Now, I'm just going to go a quick rundown some of the honorable mentions. Bellossom. Hey, I'm not afraid of them. I like flowers. I like flowers, damn it. I'm straight and I like flowers. And Bellossom just looks really cool to me. Airfrost is also on the list. Airfrost has always kind of have a soft spot in my heart. And once it Mega Evolved, it just kind of... I was tempted to put it number in the top 10 list, but was not able to because of space. But I have too many favorite Pokemon. Kingdra. Not for a long time. Kingdra was actually my favorite Pokemon, but not anymore. I mean, up until Generation 3, Kingdra was probably one of my favorite Pokemon, if not the. But actually, it was number 2, next to number 1, so that gives you a bit of a hint. But Kingdra just looks so cool to me. Dragonite's also on the list. Honorable mentions. Same thing with every dragon type for the most part. Even Goodra. I like Goodra, damn it. I don't care if people hate Goodra, but it's Barney the happy dinosaur feel to it. I like it. Tropius is also on the honorable mentions. Asmorel, because it was my first shiny Pokemon that I ever caught. Let's see what else is there. I can think off the top of my head. Chikorita in the whole entire Meganium line. And same thing with actually all the Gen 2 starters. I like those a lot. I like them all. I like all their evolutions evenly. Let's see. What else do I like a lot? Oh, I like Blastoise a lot because it helped me in the deck. You know, it was my first real competitive, ultra competitive deck, you know, tier 1 competitive deck. Another reason why Altaria is up on the number 2 is because it was part of Garchomp Altaria deck, and you know, that deck helped me a lot. So let's see. Yeah, that's all the real honorable mentions worth mentioning. So what's number 1? I bet you in a million years you would never have guessed my number 1 favorite Pokemon was a Furret. Seriously. People were like, what the fuck, Samuel? Furret is your number 1 favorite Pokemon of all time? Fuck you, yes it is. To me, Ferret is a badass. I can just imagine with a pair of sunglasses now, with a like hat and chain around its neck, and just like folding its cute little arms, like, sup? And just going thug life. Ferret's a thug. I don't care who doesn't know it. Ferret's awesome. Ferret looks like a, you know, I like Ferret in so many ways, for so many different reasons. You know, he just looks cute, cool, cute. His little arms, just it's adorable. His eyes just look so derpy and dorky. Just I like him a lot for that look. I just love Ferret's design. And whenever I get cold, I sometimes imagine having a Furret around my neck as like a scarf. Until I realize it's actually its full length is 6 foot. But let me imagine it's actually only 3 foot and I can have it around my neck comfortably. Just let me imagine that, okay? Just let me imagine me having a makeshift furret scarf. Because that's pretty cool. I don't care who knows it. The Dragon Tamer's favorite Pokemon is a normal type and it's a furret. I don't care who knows it. I don't care. I love furret. But anyway, sorry for like being a 30-minute long video. That's a lot longer than I intended to going into this video. So yeah, that's my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Please like, subscribe for further content. Sorry if this video took so long. Please tell me what your favorite Pokemon were. What was your favorite Pokemon of all time, and what do some of these Pokemon on this list mean to you as a not only as a person but as a Pokemon fan? So please like and subscribe and all that silly stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.